Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back for your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we have a lot to talk about with Hedera and Australia and a lot of things in between. So, with that being set up, that everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. Let's dive on into this post recently from Hedera. So there is a upcoming session on April 11th that I do think that everyone should listen in for. This is at Paris Blockchain Week. And this is the evolution of digital money, CBDCs, commercial bank innovations, stablecoins, and the future of monetary policy. And the head of crypto and Web3 at Worldpay Global is going to be joining leading voices in fintech, traditional finance, and policy for a panel discussion on and exploration of money in the emerging digital economy. Now, what I find very interesting about this, right, is everyone overlooking the idea that Worldpay is working with Hedera. Like, think about how crazy that actually is. Recently, Worldpay put out a post on March 28th, and it barely got any traction. 315 views, 1 like. I mean, let's be honest, this did not get any recognition. And it was a link to an article talking about digital wallets to overtake debit cards in stores. Digital wallets are poised to revolutionize in-store payments. The Global Payments Report delves into the trend, highlighting the rapid shift towards digital payment solutions globally. Dive into this article by Payments Dive to read all about it. And if we go into this, we could actually see digital wallets to overtake debit cards in stores report. Having already dominated e-commerce transactions, digital wallets are projected to overtake at least one traditional form of payment in stores, according to a Thursday report by Worldpay. Now, what's very interesting about this, and one thing that I've been highlighting, is the ease at which you could actually take payments into the digital age by simply changing out the settlement engine behind digital wallets. And I'm talking about Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, you name it. These are already heavily adopted applications, but remember, their settlement engine is no different. It's just a different application UI. That's all it really is. When you look at PayPal, what really is disruptive about it? It's making payments digitally outside of wire transfers or, pretty much any payment similar to it. That's the big reason why PayPal became such a big deal, because you can make payments easily online or through something like eBay if you're doing the transaction, e-commerce, right? But remember, it's all just a UI. Until we have instant settlement through a digital wallet application, then that will be the major change. But until then, nothing's really changing. It's just UI. But as we look at digital wallets and as they continue to grow in adoption, it makes me think of one thing, which is if we have something like Hedera settling payments within digital wallets, it's game over. We would achieve mass adoption in a very, very quick time. But here's the brief. Digital wallet use in the US is projected to overtake debit cards in transaction volume for in-store payments by 2027. Worldpay projects the debit percentage of point of sale transaction value will drop to 23% in 2027 from 28% last year, while the percentage point use of digital wallets is expected to more than double to 31% by 2027 from 15% last year. I think most people would be surprised as the growth rate and the penetration of digital wallets, not only domestically, but really globally. Now, when we think about this and when we talk about what's happening right now, everything around payments is shifting. And it's all too faster, efficient, cost-effective. Digital wallets, there's a lot of them already innovating with Hedera. For an example, right? This was April 11th, 2023. This was AidTech to launch innovative digital wallet on Hedera payment or Hedera network, merging digital identity with payments. And this was a platform to provide users with digital identities and verifiable credentials, in turn helping drive financial inclusion to the underserved and also the underrepresented in Asia. Now, again, this was one innovation, but we're not talking about, Venmo or Cash App or something like that tapping into Hedera. This is a completely new digital wallet, but this was just one of many. Outside of this, you also add IDEMIA. Now, IDEMIA Group is more so focused on providing secure, customizable, and accessible solutions to central banks exploring CBDCs, unlocking the potential of connected Web3 economies while preserving user privacy. But they have been focused on this offline CBDC wallet for a while. Again, this is CBDCs. Everyone has their own idea when it comes to CBDCs. I'm not a huge supporter of CBDCs, but this is definitely one thing that they have been fully focused on. Now, a related offer was card-based crypto hardware wallets. This is, again, something that you get a card with as well that you can actually make payments with. But if we come down here, we could see some of these major payment initiatives that they collaborated with the BIS and even the Bank of England on with Project Rosalind. Now, we do know that Quant was actually a big player behind that as well with API usage with CBDCs, really kind of connecting the old with the new systems, which again, Hedera could be one of them. We know that Hedera is connected with Hyperledger. Hyperledger is connected with Quant. But regardless, a lot of what we are seeing from IDEMIA is fully focused on card-based initiatives and digital wallets through phones. This, in my opinion, is the way that we lead to mass adoption, regardless of what we are talking about. CBDCs, digital payments, digital offline payments, all of it is going to go through card solutions that are connected to digital wallets or just digital wallets themselves on a phone. But beyond IDEMIA, because they were working with Hedera, we also have Worldpay, right? Worldpay, there's a few connections back to Worldpay with Hedera, but this is more so centered around CBDCs, right? This is mainly focused on CBDCs and even stablecoins. Both of these will also be tied to digital wallet usage. They will. These are two that could very well be settled out on DLT networks. Hedera, XRP Ledger, you name it, they could be tapped in. Now, we've talked about private ledger technology in the past, which would mainly be the focus of something like this. In terms of CBDCs, stablecoins, they could settle on public or private, doesn't really matter. But CBDCs are more so for private-based usage. But when we look at Worldpay, the main reason why I bring up Worldpay is how big they actually are. If this is a company that's going to tap into Hedera, for an example, for stablecoin initiatives, CBDC initiatives, whatever the case may be, it is one of the biggest things that everyone should focus on if you hold Hbar. Why? Because they are settling $2.2 trillion or processing $2.2 trillion, which was processed back in 2022, or 2.2 trillion payments, sorry. 146 countries, 1 million plus merchants supported globally, and 135 currencies, 24/7, 365 dedicated customer service. Also, if we look at some of the names that are tapped in with Worldpay, they are major, well-known blue chip names. Also, if you go up to the About section, in terms of their corporate overview, this is where you can kind of see a little bit more behind them. So, like I said, so it was actually $2.2 trillion. Never mind. I thought it was just 2.2 trillion transactions. They're actually doing 130 million daily transactions. They're processing 2.2 trillion annually, 146 countries, 225 markets, 135 currencies, local currencies, and then 1 million plus merchants worldwide. But this is a company fully focused on the new. They want to tap into the new. And even if we go back to the summer recently of 2023, we had Australian Payments Plus partners with Worldpay from FIS to better the digital economy. Again, digital first. They want to be at the forefront of this. And we have we have three quotes down here that are crucial to note. So this was with FPOS, by the way. That was the first major name with this. So we actually have that AP Plus today announced global financial services technology leader Worldpay from FIS has joined Australia's domestic debit network FPOS as a member, enabling Worldpay's customers to benefit from FPOS secure online payments capabilities and features. Again, this is crucial to note because what I'm going to show you in a couple minutes is very, very big for Hedera. So we have a few things here. So one, we are pleased that Worldpay has joined FPOS as an acquirer, further strengthening the diversity of our membership and bringing more competition to the market. They're a global player with local, regional, and global interests whose customers will all benefit from our formalized relationship. Worldpay customers can now benefit from the processing strength of FPOS infrastructure, directly accessing Australia's domestic debit network, adding to the 2 billion transactions already being made every year through FPOS. Worldpay is delighted to become a member of FPOS and looks forward to working with the AP Plus team over the coming years. FPOS provides a fast, simple, and secure payment system that will benefit our customers and help expand our offerings in the Australian market. merchants and businesses that want to grow must offer consumers the payment experiences they want. Together with AP Plus, we can help merchants tap into significant growth opportunities in the e-commerce space, which is continuing to expand in all regions and markets. Now, like I said, this is Worldpay with Australian Payments Plus. If we go over here, right? So this was January 27th, 2021. Australia's national debit operator EFTPOS joins Hedera Governing Council and will run Aussie Hedera Network node. And then down here we have that designed to be the most decentralized governance model for a public ledger. The Hedera Governing Council includes a group of highly diversified enterprises and organizations overseeing a global network of nodes that aims, among other things, to enable low-cost micropayments for a range of use cases such as the IoT, Internet of Things, and access to content streamed over the internet. Now, down here we have, by joining the Hedera Governing Council and running the Australian node alongside some of the world's largest and most influential companies, we're excited to participate in the development of the next generation micropayments technology that has the potential to open up an entirely new ways of conducting business for Australian enterprises and enabling compelling new experiences for Australian consumers. For an example, in a world of fast-paced technology change, low-cost micropayments to pay for the internet content or tiny payments for device-to-device transactions. Now down here, these are the key 5 elements that they were looking at. Mobile wallets, including Beemit, e-commerce, digital identity using Connect ID, fintech ecosystem access, and national QR code payments rollout. Again, all of this is focused on everything that we've been talking about when it comes to global, digital, extremely fast, almost instant payments around blockchain, DLT, you name it. Even as we look at Worldpay, they are still focused on this. And then we also got the Worldpay Australian Payments Plus partnership as well, which that got announced back in 2023, which was a big deal. But remember, EFTPOS also had plans to power Australian smart cities with blockchain tech, which was Hedera. This was April of 2021. They are still at the forefront of this. But then, January, just recently, Australian Payments Plus is now a Hedera Council member. This was a big deal because this confirmed pretty much everything that I thought about Australia with Hedera, which was Hedera is most likely going to power Australia in terms of their payments, in terms of their digital economy that they're trying to create. Hedera is at the forefront of Australia. And by the way, for those that actually don't know, when we think about how big some of these companies tied to Hedera are, like for an example, you have Worldpay, which is a giant, but then you also have AP Plus that has over 150 partner institutions, and they're processing 3.9 billion transactions in just one single year. Now you might be saying, oh, well, it's only 3.9 billion transactions, but this is 3.9 billion transactions that could be worth trillions of dollars. You don't know, right? But beyond this, right, we also just got this, April 3rd. We are excited to announce that Hedera has become a member of Australia's leading blockchain industry body, Blockchain Australia, joining Algo, Binance, Coinbase, MasterCard, and other leading institutions at the forefront of Web3. But remember, back in 2022, Hedera was a sponsor at Australian Blockchain Week 2022. Now it's all kind of, again, pinpointing to what they were fully focused on. But this was raising awareness of projects that accelerate innovation, scale, and adoption of the sector. Over here, we have strategic priorities of 2023 to 2024. It's to drive innovation and service delivery across all sectors of the economy. As Australia's peak industry network, Blockchain Australia envisions Australia as a leading economic hub for the development and proliferation of blockchain and DLT in business on an internationally competitive scale. The organization will shape the business environment through industry collaboration and alignment and be a contributing voice to the attentive design of a fit-for-purpose regulatory environment. And a lot of this is all through the players that are tapped in with this organization. But also remember that that there's so many big Australian players tapped in with Hedera and the Hbar Foundation, like Timeless, for an example. They were the first grantee of the SIF in Australia back in March of 2022. But then also back in the summer of 2023, the Reserve Bank of Australia, CBDC, was using Hbar. And this is a pilot. But also outside of that, Open Zeppelin, a recognized leader in Web3 security and auditing, has integrated its Defender and contract services, enabling ANZ, this is a major bank in Australia, Australia's second largest bank, to secure its Australian digital dollar coin stablecoin on the Hedera network. This was a massive move. But like I said, as we really look at what's going on, sorry, the video played, but when we really look at what's going on here, you can clearly see that Hedera is becoming an absolute giant in Australia, and it seems as though Hedera is going to be a key piece of the infrastructure in Australia. It's a major, major thing to focus on. But it all leads back to the idea that, Hedera's tapped in with a lot of these companies that are fully at the digital wallet revolution. They're at the payments revolution as well. They're at the forefront of all of it. This is a big deal. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Also, if you guys do want to go check out NordVPN, you can get 4 months free right now, plus savings up to almost $162 by utilizing my coupon NCashOfficial. You can also just go to nordvpn.com/NCashOfficial. But I also do have links down in the description below as well as in the comments below. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Peace out.